when it comes to haters, right, or opinions, and helping you deal with this and navigate this as you're growing your life in whatever arena you're growing your life in, whether it's online, whether it's just your personal life. I think all these apply. Number two, you have to understand a lot of times people hate on you because they want what you got. They want your life. Okay, when they want what you have but can't get what you have, that's when they'll start to hate on what you have. It's just facts. Success breeds jealousy. And we all have been jealous before. I've been jealous before. I think it's just a normal human emotion. You see something, you want it, or you see something someone else has, and it's a part of comparison, which I talked about in my podcast recently. Go listen to it. But when people, especially when you come from the same place as them, when you come from the same city as them, when you come from the same environment as them, I mean, even biblically, like Jesus was even hated on. Okay, and that built a lot of confidence in me. Like, if you expecting to go through this life without haters, you ain't Jesus, you know? So if Jesus got haters, you gonna have some haters too. Believe that. And so for me, once I realized that, like, they even hated Jesus, I was like, man, and you look at who hated Jesus. I mean, it's in scripture. You know, he wasn't even respected in his hometown. And oftentimes it comes from your environment. Why? Because your life is reminding them of what they don't have, period. Right? That's what jealousy is. Jealousy is when your life reminds someone of what they don't have or what they're not willing to do. Some people are lazy and they expect handouts. And so when you put in the work and things happen for your life, or you do whatever and you're just putting in the work and you're actually reaping the benefits, and they're being lazy, just expecting handouts, and they're not getting those handouts, and they see you grinding, they see you climbing, they see you achieving, they see you progressing, they get upset. And it's really not fair, right? Because they have the same 24 hours as you. Maybe their 24 hours is different, right? Maybe they have more responsibilities. I get that, but they have time. They have time too. But when you come from the same zip code, when I look, and I'm blessed, like I don't like to spend a lot of time focused on this because there's a lot of support in the world. But I knew that when I did my events in my own hometown, that it would probably be less people than my events in different cities. Now, I was blessed to have great turnouts at home because a lot of friends, you know, invited friends, and the brand grew here. But when I looked out in the crowd, it wasn't a lot of people that I knew personally. And I started to take that personal. I'm like, well, am I not doing something right? Like, did I do something wrong? And the honest truth was, no, I didn't. And it was a lot of people that told me they support me, right? Or they're proud of me, but they never showed up for me. And that's what people do. They'll tell you that they're proud of you all the time because they don't want to seem like a hater or seem like they're not for you. And they'll say they're proud of you, but I want you to check this right now. Like, if the people that telling you they're proud of you but never take the time to support you, never take the time to, you know, maybe you buy your shirt or watch your video or like anything that you do on social media or just tell you doing a good job, like, that says a lot. And it breeds that jealousy because it's like, man, this person was from the same conditions as me. Like, I have no excuse anymore. Okay, so think about that. They want your life. And the more you can understand that, the less you start taking it personal. Number three, why people hate on you and how to deal with this is they see you as competition. And everybody loves you until they view you as competition, right? Everybody's like rooting for you. And this is even strangers too. I've seen this online in my personal life where I've had some people, if I named their name, you would know who they are. But I've had some people that were great, like friends, like mentors and everything like that, when I wasn't a threat. And when I say threat, I don't mean like, you know, I was a bad person trying to take what they had, but as long as I wasn't a threat to them, it was all good. It was Gucci, right? It was support. It was, I'll give you advice. But as soon as my stuff started to climb, I started to hear from them less. As soon as my stuff started to climb, they stopped reaching out. They stopped giving me certain things and advice. And I first started to think about, like, man, did I change? Like, did I do something wrong? Did I say something wrong? I didn't. Right? I was still the same Trent, doing the same thing. What changed was my growth and my progression. So when people in your life start to see you as competition, or strangers start to see you as competition, I'll tell you this. There's some people in your life right now, 100% facts, that are silently competing with you. And if you wonder why they're not clapping when you win and are telling you, like, good job, or like posting your accomplishments too, Because you got some people mad at you that you don't even know that they mad at you. Because you're winning, you're progressing in your life. You got people competing with you that you don't even know it. And in the social media world, there's a lot of people like that. A lot of people like that. So when you can understand this, when you can start to understand like, man, like, okay, people are actually competing with me and that's why they're acting like this, it makes it a lot easier to deal with. And you have a question? Well, what's up?
Okay, so I was going to ask you, you mentioned something about sympathizing for your haters or having empathy. How do you have empathy for someone who you know is intentionally trying to bring you down or stop you?
Yeah, so that's a great question. That's a really good question, actually. So how do you have empathy or sympathy for someone who is hating on you, you know it, and trying to bring you down? Well, this is what I always do, and it always works, is you probably know what word I'm going to say, you guys too, is the word understanding, right? I try to put myself in their shoes. And I always say this, dang, if I was in their shoes, I would be a hater too. You know, I'm just being real. Like, I would say, like, I had this shirt. I'm going to show you. I'm going to actually post this. Like, y'all got to remind me. I got to find it. You probably can find it if you Google my name. Because, like, when I was playing with the Redskins, they called me the DC Twitter King, whatever. That's when Twitter was popping. And I had a shirt that said, it's super big. It was like, if I was you, I'd hate me too. Yeah. You know, so I understand, like, maybe, like, their circumstances were bad, or me knowing these things right now, like, oh, maybe their dream didn't come true, or maybe, like, they had a bad upbringing. So does it make their behavior right? Absolutely no. But it helps me understand their behavior. And then I think about times in my life where I've been a hater, right? I just remember, like, okay, I wasn't happy. I didn't have these things, and seeing somebody else's success made me bitter. And I think how you get out of that, not that you asked this question, but I think it's good to answer this. How you get out of that place of hating on other people, it's back to the comparison thing. You have to understand that, for one, hating on them only means you aren't working on yourself. Hello. Okay. So hating on other people only means you aren't working on yourself. And the energy that you're spending hating on somebody is the energy that you're wasting that you could be using working on your own life. And so you have to redirect your energy back to you. And I think it's beautiful when you can go to a place and recognize that, when you can start to see inspiration. Because I think one of the best things in the world, and this is like off topic, but I think one of the best things in the world to help your growth, to help you, if people ask, like, Trent, what's your secret, you know, to your formula? I really want to see people win. Like, I'm proud when people win. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to, like, it, even people I don't like. Like, I think it's beautiful when you get to a place where you want your haters to win. Because when you plant that seed of, like, just goodness into the world and to other people, I feel like you get it back tenfold. And so you watching this right now in TIC, like, think about that. Think about the times in your life, maybe you wish ill will on your haters or somebody doesn't like you. And I get it. I understand it's hard sometimes, because sometimes I want to cuss some people out in my inbox. I'm going to just be real. I get it. I understand. Like, it's Trent, you'd be like, Trent, you don't know what this person said. Trust me. I can even tell you a story right now really quick. 2013 or something like that, 12. And y'all might have heard this story before, but if you have, act like you never heard it. In my inbox, my inboxes be popping. Yeah. Like, it be popping with a lot of stuff. Like, it's 90% love. And that's one thing, a quote that I've always said, like, never let the 10% of hate take your focus off of 90% of love, right? Never do that, because it's not right to the people who actually support you. And that made me guilty, because I was spending time responding back to haters. Like, the worst thing that you can do is respond back to hate. It's like trying to put out a fire with fire. Right. It's going to magnify it. And they know that they won. Like, if they can steal your happiness, if they can steal your attention, that's what they want. They have won. If they can keep your mind off of doing what you're supposed to be doing, they have won. If they can change your mood, right, and make you sad, they have won. And when you understand that, like, the best thing that you can do is give them silence. Because once somebody realizes that it's not working, they're going to move on. Right. And so my inbox, Facebook, because Facebook is a whole different beast. Y'all that follow me on Facebook, I know a lot of y'all do. But Facebook is like the Wild Wild West. You know, Instagram is kind of different. But Facebook is, my inbox be popping. I'll be on there reading something. I'm like, dang, what? This is crazy. Like, I'm glad it's crazy. So this guy, he hit me up in my inbox, and like, I'll go and scroll, you know, I'll try to find like things that that I really need to respond to. And it's like, I just see this message in caps. Like, I hate you, I want you to die. And like, literally. And I get a lot of those, by the way. So, I hate you, I want you to die. So I'm like, dang, like, who is this dude? Like, did I beat him up in high school or something like that? Like, did I do something to this? I had to do something to this person.
Yes.
And obviously, I'm a good guy. Like, I didn't beat up nobody in high school. But I was like, what did I do? Like, did I date his sister in high school, or I took his girlfriend from him? Like, what was it? And so I opened up, and I didn't know the cat. Like, I click on his profile picture, and it's always the profile pictures with like, I'm not going to say that because some people might have this profile picture, so I'm not going to say that. But it's always just a different profile picture. It wasn't his face, obviously. So I write back, I'm like, I love you, man. Like, those words. I'm probably like, praying for you, bro. I love you, man. I can't remember exact words. Something like that. Something positive. And it took me a while to get there, because before, like 2 years ago, oh yeah. Like, I'm in there I'm good with words. Like, I'm typing like hard back to him. Like, yeah, we can go back and forth, play ping pong all day. All day. So at this moment, I'm like, okay, cool. I give him love. Like, bro, I love you, bro, because I ain't got energy to be wasting on this. He writes back and was like basically, it's like I hate you. Like, you don't get it. Like, I hate you. Like, I want you to die. And you messed up my life, like, type of stuff. Like, I guess somebody left him because of a message and stuff like that. You messed up my life. It's your fault if I ever see you, blah, blah, blah. So I had to like calm down, count to 10, like practice. And so I respond back as like, man, I love you, bro, because I'm starting to understand those things. He's not happy, right? He's in a bad place in his life. Whether I did something or not, I know I didn't do anything. I just speak truth. And so he writes back. We do this for like 10 messages. And then he finally breaks and was like, Trent, I apologize, but I did all this to get your attention. I really need help. And it put me in a whole different place. And this is something I want to share with you guys. Like, it's a beautiful place when you can start to help your quote unquote haters. Like, a lot of people are reaching out for help and lashing out, and that's the way that they do it. So I write them back. And to this day, that dude's a rehabber. You know, he went from a hater to a rehabber. And I think that's the goal, to make your haters turn into your supporters. Like, that's the goal. And it really helped me moving forward. But it took me getting to a place of maturity. It took me actually becoming more secure with myself in that process. But yeah, it blew my mind, because he opened up. He was crying. I'm sure he was crying. You could just tell by the way he was typing, and he was just going through a lot, and he didn't even want to live anymore. And so your words, this is the thing, guys, your words can either like break someone down, or your words can lift someone else. Your words could be that final blow. Whether it's somebody hating on you or not, your words can be that final blow. Or you could be the example to someone to say, you know what, I'm going to give love back to that. I'm going to, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to combat that hate with love and bring light to this world, because that's a place of spiritual maturity in your life.